Hi friends again, it's Goshiack. First of all, I wanted to thank you for all your intelligent and kind comments about the sound. So because of you, I bought this one. I hope you're going to hear me much better. I didn't put it in here, otherwise I would feel like I'm in evening news. But it's for you. I hope it's going to be better. So, how about the title? Very dramatic. The spiral of misunderstanding. But it's about a very interesting topic. It's again one of my favorites. Because how about misunderstandings? There are many different reasons for them. There are like both conscious and subconscious biases that we have towards people, situations, our opinions, our prejudice, aversions, even ill will. All of that might cause misunderstandings, miscommunication, and etc. But today I want to talk about a very interesting theory. Actually, my favorite theory. First of all, I had the pleasure of hearing it over the course of my studies in university. Probably it was around 15 years ago. And I was mesmerized by it. I thought immediately it was genius. It was very modern but very real, not very stiff academic, but very comprehensive. The theory is called spiral dynamics. So, spiral dynamics, it's a psychosocial theory about human evolution. And not only in evolution in a anthropological sense, but it's psychological evolution that is influenced by social evolution. So individual versus collective, they are all influence each other, right? We are our own self, our individuals, evolving, but we are not living in a vacuum, right? We are influenced by conditions we find ourselves in, and again, both the external condition and the internal. What happens to us? What type of environment we grow in, and then change, because as I said, we evolve. But also what we are experiencing at the moment. Are we very happy? Are we having all our needs met, or is there something that we are missing, that narrows our vision, that narrows our landscape, both emotional and physical, that reflects later on our psychological insufficiencies, that further determines our behavior? So, there is a general evolution that humankind went through from the beginning of its appearance and formation. And it states color coded. It is, as I mentioned, as a spiral, and it looks beautiful. I will try to put it maybe somewhere in here. I'm not so technological savvy, but maybe I will do it. Maybe I'll manage. So it looks like spiral, right? So it evolves from bottom to the top, and to help to understand it, it is color coded. So every level is being presented in a different color. So coming from the beginning, the beige color. So beige is all about basic needs. Imagine the caveman, right? It's all about sustaining life, surviving. So what you're interested in, it's food and shelter, and that's it. What you're capable of comprehend, right? The next one, it's purple. It's tribal. So already the kind of community start to form around the very magic type of understanding of the world. You know, there are spirits that you have to venerate, and that you have to perform certain rituals to survive, and also the group becomes more important. Then the red, it's all about imperial type of thinking. So it's not about equal tribal situation. It's all about conquering one another, right? So in here is more power, more struggle for conquering one another. Here is like win and winners versus losers, right? So here's all about power struggle already. Then there is a blue. Blue is about keeping collective intact. So all the strict rules start to appear just to calm down a little bit this egoistic drives to create a uniformity and sustainability in this basic, a little bit hierarchical, but also a little bit enforced way. So all the rules are being enforced from outside in. Then it comes the orange. Orange is about driving your own purpose, driving your own destiny. So you want to form a better condition for yourself. So you're focusing to optimize, to improve, and to win over someone, but because of your intellectual ability and here it's all about the status. I want that, so I'm better, I deserve it, I'm worth it, because and it's here more both about monetary conditions. So I earn more than you, so I'm better, or I'm prettier than you, so I'm better. So it's in here is all about competition. Orange is all about competition. And then after that comes the green. Green is about, again, equality, but in a sense of its diverse inclusion of all diverse elements of the system. So people like the greens, or Whole Foods, or people that create communities that look for the links between the various elements of the society, and start to include different type of opinion to create kind of equal ecosystem where the empathy and collaboration is the main value. And after that it comes the yellow. Yellow is already a systemic thinking. It's like different already level of perception of the world. It's not about me or you. It's all more about seeing all of this previous spectrums as an element of the system. So the yellow is able to perceive the next step of the evolution in the sense of the whole organism. So in here it's all about seeing everything as evolving, as individual wants to create a different type of a reality. So they want to self-actualize, and society wants to innovate. In here it's all about synthesizing in order to bring the whole into the different level. So it's all about intellectual capacity, technology, but also looking for the solutions that work on every previous levels in order to benefit the whole. And then the turquoise, turquoise. It's already very idealistic in a sense that it perceives the whole ecosystems below as a part of interdependent system that should include different type of opinions, not in order to benefit technologically or in a social way, but for the sense of the harmony and balance. And since all of the people are involved, it also respects and brings different levels of understanding into the whole equation. But as I say, to bring another value to whole existence. So not to benefit, not for anyone in particular to benefit, but just to bring the harmony. So it's very idealistic. And then there is one more above, but it's quite ahead right now, so we are not going to talk about that. But what I want to say is, so there are these 8 levels, right? Beige, purple, red, blue, orange, green, yellow, and turquoise. So, as I said, there is this general evolution of the humankind, but there is also, right now, nowadays, there is a possibility of all of them existing in the same timeline right now, but in a different geographical locations, because this value system spectrum you're on this different color, depends on the conditions you live in. So obviously different type of values and priorities will have habitant of Ghana than it is of a Brussels, right? There are different conditions and different struggles, different challenges that will make person to see the world through different lenses. They will have different motivations, they will have different outlook on life, different goals, right? And different axioms in the sense of what is normal. So even when I say that, I think you start to get that might create kind of misunderstanding if you try to translate the same message from one level to another. But that seems to be very obvious when we are talking about different locations. But we have the same situation even in our own families, even in our own workplaces, or within our friends' environment. Why? Because we can also switch these levels depending on our own situation. And if we lose the job and we are short in our cash and we cannot sustain our family for the next month, we're obviously going to go down into this very survival type of mindset, right? And when you have abundance of everything and then you think, what else I can do? You're thinking more idealistically, then you're switching to green. I want to include others into what I do, or I want to improve technology. I want to bring more solutions for the people that are underprivileged, right? So then you have more like a surplus to see the world as more than only me and my needs, right? So obviously, when you want to deliver the message, even like, oh, I don't know what to do in my life. Someone that struggles for survival will not understand your aspirations of self-actualization, right? So then sometimes what we do in life is we judge, like, oh, he would never understand me, or he's just so narrow-minded, he was always like that, or he was never like that before, or until she got children she was having so great conversations and now she's just talking all about the poo and how to clean her small ones, and it's just from one hand it's quite natural because we are still at the same level, but someone even temporarily goes on other level, and even sometimes in a workplace, one person has a very structured mind and they like, for example, the blue, very structured, very hierarchical, everything is predictable, everything is from 1 to Z, and you are like, you're more messy, you're more like innovative, you're more imaginative or creative, which is more yellow, and then obviously if you are in the same team you're going to just jump your throats, and obviously there are going to be a lot of struggles, a lot of tensions, frustration, and if you're not realizing the causes of that, you tend to judge, you tend to have a lot of bitterness, and maybe you're not even able to work together and you have to switch jobs. So as I mentioned, this is my favorite theory. It's because since I learned that, it became my second nature, because I use it for my private and professional challenges to understand what is going on. So before I jump into conclusion, most of the times, because I'm not perfect, absolutely not, and I just try to just place the situation on the scale of the spiral of misunderstanding, right? Spiral of the conditions that just present in front of us, and then sometimes if I have a space in my head enough to just stop and see, it brings a lot of insights, it's because if you are on a different level, spectrum levels of the different colors, right? A lot of things will just be lost in translation. So if I say, like, I want to become someone for a person on the blue spectrum level, that's going to mean, okay, I want to jump from one lateral function in my job to another through years of work, hard work, because this is how blue think about work. So it needs to be hard. It's like it needs to be time involved, staying after hours and stuff like that. And for green, that would be something that I want to create between people, right? Something that I want to bring community together. And for someone on the yellow level of spectrum level, it will mean creating another theory. I'm so sorry. Someone's trying to reach me. Sorry. So what I was saying is these misunderstandings, and they only show the different levels of person's capacity to see the world, and only the awareness of that sometimes might bring a lot of insights to our daily conditions and misunderstandings and our aspirations and how we work with people and how we talk with people, and sometimes also how we react to that. So what I invite you to think that, because how we automatically tend to judge the situation is that different is bad, because this is not mine, right? So how can I speak to this person if they are so different? It's like impossible. It's like, but what is impossible is to live without people. So and especially nowadays, when it's general in a civilized at least part of the world, we are on the level of the green-yellow type of transition generally, and I said in developed countries. So or we tend to go that direction at least. So green is also about connecting, about social networks, about bringing communities together and create a different value, just like Whole Foods. And it's impossible to avoid people. So that if you're working a certain workplace, it's a kind of good chance that you have probably at least 4 of these different spectrums in surrounding you. So how about we start distinguishing? Is like, oh, I'm talking with blue orange right now, or this person sounds like green yellow. So okay, I know that they are thinking about this. This is their motivation. So I'm not going to judge it from my perspective. It's like I'm going to hear what they say from their own perspective. It might be life transforming, I can tell you. And it's just invitation. I'm not saying what to do. It's just something that drives my relation with people and also my career as a human scientist. So I can tell you it works, and let's see if it works with you. If you want to let me know what you think about it, I think it's quite cool theory, really. Because it's very practical and very human. So I invite you to write me if you want to tell me what do you think about it. So for now I will shut up. And thank you again for coming here to be with me for this little while. I wish you a great day and see you next time.